Hey there, welcome back to Sewer Exploration Simulator 2015. I mean Revelations 2. Today we are going to explore some sewers. I figured that would have been obvious, but you know what? I'm fine with explaining it. First though, it's time to pick up some really damn good weapon parts that I am going to promptly forget to go back to the weapon part bench to assign to my weapons, because I'm just so good at this game. That's always been a problem for me in horror games that have like inventory management. I always forget what the quickest route is, the one that will save me the least trouble in the future. And even though I've played this game quite a bit, I still forget from time to time. Speaking of, hey look, there's another weapon part over there. But we can't get to it right now. Sometime in the future, though, this box may come in handy. Figured I'd point that out. You know, set something up for myself for the future. You're welcome, future C. Jacobs. For now, though, oh shit, we've got a tough fight ahead of us. Probably the most important thing about wading in the sewage is that fighting enemies in the sewage is a very difficult prospect. Because one, despite being water, you can still be lit on fire by the Vulcan blubber, which doesn't really make sense, but you know what, whatever. The second, though, because you are waist deep in sewage, you can't do the sideways dodge, so you can't, so you can't sprint either, which is double annoying. You can't sprint or dodge, which means that walking away from enemies slowly is your only way to get away from them. Kind of a pain, but not too difficult. On my test recording, this guy fucked me up super hard. Speaking of getting fucked up super hard, I'm almost out of ammo. Again. I'm just having a severe ammo deficiency with Claire in this episode. I like that ledge is lit up. It's a nice indicator that you can jump over, although I guess the railing being broken in that one specific spot was similar enough of a giveaway. And look, it's another pointless valve that does nothing. Man. All these pointless valves and crates, you'd almost think that you're going to come through here again in the future when all of this stuff will have a point. Ha ha ha. Almost. But yeah, Claire and Moira don't want to get any deeper in the sewage than they have to, so they refuse to crawl through that gap. Which, frankly, I don't blame them, you know? And this is kind of mean here. In case you thought you would be able to run past all of those enemies in the Vulcan blubber, no, they put a two crowbar door here, so that you have to wait. And so far, I have switched to Claire while Moira is doing these to let her do it automatically. But if you really feel like it, you can stay as her and open them yourself. Which, there's really no point in doing it. But I guess if you don't have anything else to do, it's more playtime as Moira for you. Which is the goal of this episode, remember. Play as Moira more often. Although in the sewers, I will not be doing that. Something that confuses me is that the afflicted use the sewers, well, the sewage specifically, to maneuver around. But how do they breathe? I mean, they're not dead. They're not zombies. I mean, technically. They're infected with a zombie virus, but they are still alive. So I'm a little bit confused on how they move around under the water and leave bubbles and shit everywhere without being able to breathe. Holy crap. That was close. Whoa! Frame rate. Frame rate and invincibility frames. I don't know, it's a video game. Maybe it doesn't matter. But either way, the bubbles do serve as a good warning for when there are afflicted approaching on your position. And look at that, because I couldn't dodge there, I just got screwed. They just completely screwed me. You can, however, do the follow-up attacks despite them being not visible above the water, which is good because it means that you can make Claire dunk her head in the sewage, which is kind of funny. Wow, these enemies are just destroying me. And hey, look! Moira healed me there. I think that's actually the first time that's happened in this LP. And it was all for naught, too, because I immediately got my shit ruined anyway. Dude, man, I am just getting ping-ponged back and forth between these people. We're off to a good start. I don't remember if I've mentioned this or not in the past, but when you use a tourniquet, not only will it stop bleeding, but it will also heal you. So, there is no button to quick use tourniquets, but they are more useful than herbs if you're bleeding. And they also serve as last-ditch health kits. So it's worth turning your herbs into tourniquets to have at least one or two of them, just in case. But again, it's always useful having an herb around as well, because in case you come across a red herb, you know. I think it's kind of interesting that there aren't many red herbs in Claire's side of the campaign, because red herbs are just green herbs that have had more time to mature. So logically, the green herbs that Claire doesn't pick up will have become red herbs by the time Barry comes through here. Which is interesting. It makes sense, you know. Oh, I don't like that noise. I mean, that said, herbs in general just don't make any sense at all. Like, how do they get turned into a spray? How do they get turned into delicious Tic Tacs in Resident Evil 6, that garbage fucking game everybody hates? We'll never know. Oh, crap. Run. Run for it. There will be times in this game where it is not worth it to fight the enemies because you won't gain anything from it. And, to be honest, I think this is one of those times. I decided to fight the enemies here anyway because I have the high ground. But it might be a bad idea because you can just run away from them because there's a point of no return up ahead. Nice. Just gonna hang out on the air there. That's fine. She's a video game character. She can do that. This is like a supreme dick move, though. Like, enemies spawn behind you and in the sewage, and then that guy drops down. And if he hits you when he explodes, it'll knock you off of the platform and into the sewage, which is where all the enemies are. And look, even the characters are like, fuck this, let's get out of here. Uh-oh. And see, because I couldn't dodge, I had no choice but to just eat that one. Which is like, wow, that sucks. By the way, something that's also fun is that there is a boss fight at the end of this episode. So it's good that I'm basically using up all of my ammo on these trash mobs that I could easily run away from. However, it might be useful to run around down here because of this kick-ass part that is down here that you will see when I eventually make my way to a weapon bench. On the one hand, the red overlay does get a little bit annoying, like, if it sticks around for a while. But on the other hand, I don't know that I would have preferred there to be like a normal health bar like in like in previous Resident Evil games. I think it adds a little bit of tension, knowing vaguely how much health you have, but not exactly, you know? And I think this game is a little bit better off for it, because the combat is definitely more hectic than it is in previous games in this one. And having a vague idea of your health definitely adds to that feeling, I think. Man, look at all those bandages I have that I'm literally never going to use. You might have noticed the color grading change there. That was, that just happens when you go through that area.
I think so. What's this? Looks like a grave. I think the tower is just above us.
I hope we can still get the drop on her.
Let's look for a way up.
Well, two things. First of all, Wesker has codenamed this island Number 46, which is a little bit worrying. And number two, hey, now we know the name of the island. Hey, how about that? I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. That looks like a gun that I want in there. Let's solve a puzzle. So each grave in this area has a little star emblem on it that will mysteriously glow when you touch it for no real reason, which also causes some deep bassy rumbling somewhere in the room. There's no penalty for touching the wrong symbols. I kind of wish there was, to be honest. Like in Resident Evil 4 with that one puzzle where you hit the wrong button and the ceiling just fucking squishes you. It would have been harsh, but this game autosaves, so it wouldn't have been that bad. Basically, we just have to solve the clues of the puzzle by touching the emblems in the right order. And doing so opens up this gate at the far end of the room. I have no idea who put in the mechanics on the mechanical side of this puzzle. That would take a lot of fucking architectural, structural integrity. But for our troubles, we get a weapon part. And hey, look! A new SMG. Hell yeah. This gun is MP as fuck. That's not the real name of it, but I wish it was. I wish that was what it actually stood for. I don't know what it actually stands for, because as we've discussed in this Let's Play previously, I don't know shit about guns. But as for how it works in gameplay, it is better than the Uzi. It does a little bit more damage, but it has slightly higher recoil, I think. Like, not too much higher, but slightly. It's pretty much a direct upgrade, as long as you have a working mouse. There's nobody here. What a jip. Consider me disappointed. Oh, hey. Well, I guess there's one person here. Never mind. That note was so long it didn't fit on the page. But, I guess this is Stuart, hanging from the ceiling here. Let's see what his notes have to say from Wesker. So that note ties this game back into the note from Resident Evil 5 that was written by this game's Wesker to the previous game's Wesker about the Wesker Project. Which is interesting. I guess it explains how Wesker got her hands on Ouroboros in the first place.
Still no sign of your boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend.
All right. Shit. Look, there's something I gotta tell you. I noticed something when Neil was with us. His bracelet never changed color. I mean, the living dead were coming at us from all directions. He must have been scared.
No. No. There's no way. Got it? End of discussion.
Well, that is an interesting prospect, though, Claire, you gotta admit. I mean, you gotta consider that Neil has been acting not really suspicious, but his bracelet has been green the whole time. So either that means that he's not infected, or he's got nerves of fucking steel, which, to be honest, I kind of doubt from his personality. Holy shit, we got a whole bunch of weapon parts. And they all do very interesting things. So first off, I got a part called Easy Hit, which makes your bullets be like twice as large, which means that you don't have to be like super pinpoint accurate when you're hitting enemies. Trying to figure out what I want to put on what here. I'm pretty sure I put the burst part on the handgun, yeah, which causes you to fire 2 bullets for every press of the trigger. It's pretty good. And the final part I have received here is the charge shot, which allows you to hold down the fire button to charge up a shot to do, I think, like 150% damage, maybe? I don't remember how much it is specifically. Well, that doesn't bode well, at all. Wait a minute. I recognize that logbook.
This list. Neil had it at the party. Barton, Chavez, Redfield. It's got all our names on it. He sold TerraSave out.
Claire, I'm really sorry. Hey, look.
All right, I've isolated the best candidate.
Good work.
Now it's your turn to fulfill your end of... What did you...
You wanted an Ouroboros sample, now you've got it. Lapdog.
You don't know shit about me.
I know you were Lansdale's puppet. When Velcro incited the Terra Grigia panic 7 years ago, the FBC was pulling the strings. The old man went down, but he was smart enough to pass the torch before he did.
You played me.
Because you're an idiot. You thought you could create a new terrorist threat to justify the FBC.
A monster like you could never understand.
Claire? Are you crying?
No. I'm just learning to see a little more clearly.
Well, damn. It seems that Neil was working with the FBC all along. That was a fairly unexpected twist, I suppose. Although people in the thread pointed it out basically immediately. So I guess I'm the only stupid one here. Well, I think we have a visitor.
Neil? Neil!
I did what I thought was right.
It wasn't.
Get away from me! There's no bringing the FBC back. I failed Lansdale. Ouroboros, it's not death. It's
Oh shit. Well,
I trust you! Heresy was supposed to save me! It's a goddamn name!
will save people. Fear and power. The whole world will be saved.
You better hope someone saves you!
well, it seems that Terra really does end with the wrist after all, because Neil was working with the FBC, who was working with TerraSave to try and get a hold of Ouroboros to start a new terrorist initiative. Oh shit, what a twist. But hey, I guess now they don't have any hope of doing that, because Neil himself has been infected with Ouroboros and become the next boss. And as we know about Ouroboros, what are they weak to? Light and heat. Which means that Moira will finally be super duper useful in actual combat. Now, AI Moira will do this by herself, but basically, what you're supposed to do for this fight is shine the light on Neil and get him to set himself on fire by blowing up those canisters, which will cause him to heat up enough to expose his weak spot, which you can then hit for like super massive damage, while he is taking a refreshing bath to cool himself down. Oh shit. And as the fight goes on, Neil will mutate further, which makes him more dangerous and gives him more moves. Eventually he gets smart and starts attacking Moira, who will eventually go down, and you'll have to revive her. Whoop! That grab is especially dangerous. but it's pretty heavily telegraphed, so you have ample time to get out of the way. The good thing about playing as Moira is that Claire will not attack Neil unless his weak point is exposed when you're not playing as her. So mostly she just serves as Neil bait. Thankfully, picking up the MP gave us quite a bit of submachine gun ammo, which means that we have enough to go around. Unfortunately, however, Neil has an absolute shitload of health. As you can see, I'm running around scooping up ammo wherever I can because it will drop from somewhere. I've never bothered to watch and see where the ammo comes from, but sometimes ammo does spawn in the middle of the arena, you know, just in case you start running low. Which is cool. It also happened during the Vulcan Blubber fight, but it was tied to when he destroyed the shelves. Also, Neil will drop goopies. You gotta watch out for the Gribblies, man, because they'll grab you, and then you'll have to QTE your way out of them. But Moira can burn them up with her flashlight, and they explode with a couple of shots, so not that big a deal. God, he's such a dick! Look at him! Oh, but I have Magnum ammo. Which means, hopefully, I will get to show off the charge shot. I hope I do, because it's pretty fucking cool. In a raid mode video long ago, I mentioned that there was a way to give your guns some more oomph, audio-wise, and the charge shot is the way to do that, because it makes the hit sound like way bassier. I love that at first Neil didn't mutate too much, he just got like super buff. That was his mutation, was getting fit. He's a pretty slim dude. I guess that gym membership really paid off after all. Whoop! Neil also shows up in raid mode as a boss, which is kind of funny. You can kill him super fast. Let's see it. Told you, Magnum ammo is rare, so we really gotta be careful. Yeah! Oh, man. Pretty fucking awesome. Sorry, Neil, but it had to be done.
I just want this to be over.
Me too, Moira. Me too. Well, sucks to be Neil, I guess. But he was a traitor, so he got his just desserts in the end anyway.
We have her now.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, this is our stop. Let's see what's outside.
Stop it! Get your hands off of her!
Thanks. I think.
You okay? Can you stand?
Oh, shit! Behind you!
Wait, don't hit that button! Hit that button instead.
Oh my god! You're not supposed to be in here! Jesus, don't call an ambulance!
You did it. Claire. Don't scare me like that again.
I have what I need. Nothing will come between us now, my sweet. You and I will be good friends. We'll know each other inside and out.
So, that's it for Claire's half of episode 3. Damn, man. Now we finally know why Moira dislikes guns and what tore her apart from her family when she was, I guess, young, at some indiscriminate age. Hey, triple S rank, that's what I like to see. Hooray. So some of you in the thread predicted that would be the twist, and well, congrats. You were correct. I hope you're happy with yourselves. So now you know why, Barry is so sad, because technically speaking, leaving the gun cabinet unlocked was his fault in the first place. I'll see you next time, when we rejoin Barry and Natalia, and find out what they've been up to in our absence.